Hello everyone, I am Asha Bis. Today I welcome you all in class 8 second chapter of geography, land, soil, water, natural vegetation and wildlife resources. Before this, we discussed about the three natural resources that are land, soil and water. In this presentation, we are going to take the fourth and the last part of this chapter, that is the natural vegetation and wildlife resources. So let's begin. Natural vegetation and wildlife. Natural vegetation and wildlife exist in the narrow zone of between lithosphere, hydrosphere and atmosphere that we call biosphere. The biosphere is the narrow zone where we find land, water and air together, which contains all forms of life. This is the ecosystem where life exists. Here flora and fauna describes the life. Flora depicts the plant life and fauna related to the animal life. The life supporting system is known as ecosystem that we already discussed. Vegetation and wildlife are valuable resources. They help us in many ways. Plants are important as we get food, shelter, wood, timber, oxygen and many more things from plants. And same animals also facilitate us with many things, many products like meat, milk, egg, wool, silk. There are few animals, they remove the dead materials from earth and these animals are, for example, vulture. So they maintains the ecosystem, basically they maintains the cleanliness on earth. Now distribution of natural vegetation. The growth of vegetation depends primarily on temperature and moisture. Major vegetation of the world are grouped as forest, grasslands, scrubs and tundra. Distribution of natural vegetation can be divided as the reason of having rainfall, reasons that having rainfall or the dry regions. The regions which are having rainfall include the tropical rainforest. These are near the south and north of equator. The vegetation is rich there as variety of plants species found here. There are two types of forest. These are the evergreen forest and the deciduous forest. The evergreen forest are the forests which remain green throughout the year and the deciduous forest are those which shed their life during different or specific seasons. Now, need for the conservation of natural vegetation and wildlife. Plants give shelter to the animals and together they maintain the ecosystem. It shows the interdependence of plants and animals on each other. Their interdependence maintains the ecosystem. Changes of climate and human interference can cause the loss of natural habitats for the plants and animals. Due to the cutting of plants and killing of wild animals, there is a change in climate. It causes the loss of natural habitat of animals. As animals live in the forest areas, these forest areas are the natural homes to these animals. Many species have become vulnerable or endangered and some are on the verge of extinction. People have killed many animals for their selfish deeds. Due to that, many animals have become extinct and some of them are endangered. Now let's talk about the factors that those are responsible for the loss of natural habitat. Deforestation. Deforestation is one of the main reason. Because of that, the natural habitats are in danger. Unnecessary cutting of plants and trees is called deforestation. While people are cutting or clearing land for their selfish deeds, that is the deforestation. Soil erosion. Soil erosion takes place due to the deforestation only, okay, as the root of plants hold the soil firmly and stops its washing away in the flood. or during the heavy rainfall. But people have cut the forest for their needs and requirements. So, due to that, there are no plants which can control or hold the soil firmly. Due to that, the soil washes away from its original place. Construction activities. Construction activities are also a reason for the decrease of natural vegetation, like people are clearing forest areas to establish industries or to construct their houses. The land areas, the plants are cut on those land areas so that people can construct or establish different industries, as well as for the residential purposes also they are clearing the forest lands. Forest fire is one of the reason. During the dry season, forest fire becomes a reason for decrease of natural vegetation. Tsunami and landslide and poaching of animals also. During landslide, the land just washes away because of that, and it happens due to the deforestation only. Poaching activities are also increasing. While people are killing wild animals for their body parts, it results in a sharp decline in the number of particular species. The animals are poached for collection and illegal trade of hides, skins, nails, teeth, horn, as well as feathers. Some animals who are poached, like tiger, lion, elephant, deer, black buck, crocodile, rhinoceros, snow leopard, ostrich, and peacock. These are the animals which are poached for their body parts. Later, these body parts are sold in different markets to earn money. Now, measures of natural vegetation and wildlife decrease. What we can do to save the vegetation and wildlife? National parks, wildlife sanctuaries, biosphere reserves should be established to save wild animals, plants, and birds. To conserve these natural resources, our government is taking many efforts, as they are building natural, you can say, wildlife parks, wildlife sanctuaries, national parks, and biosphere, where these animals and plants can be safely kept. Conservation of creeks, lakes, and wetlands is necessary to save the precious resources from depletion. Awareness programs like social forestry and Van Mahotsav should be encouraged at the regional and community level. In this measure, what people can do, some of the some of the literate people, or some of the people those who are feeling a kind of responsibility for nature, they should come forward and they should try to make other people aware of the importance of these natural vegetation and wildlife. And different programs should be conducted to create awareness amongst people regarding these things. School children should be encouraged for bird watching and visiting natural camps so that they appreciate the habitat of varied species. As we all know that children are the, you can say, the responsible citizens of India, those who are going to take each and every challenge in future. So they should be encouraged to have a closer look to their nature. Like, different activities can be conducted in schools so that children can be made aware of these natural vegetation and wildlife. They should be taken out for visiting of different national parks, wildlife sanctuaries, and camps should be organized in the close association with nature so that they can have more and more information about the vegetation as well as wildlife. Different activities should be conducted in school so the children can participate in saving or knowing more about the natural vegetation and wildlife. Government should ban the killing of wild animals. There should be strict rules for the killing of wild animals. People should be punished for doing such acts. An international convention cities has been established that lists several species of animals and birds in which trade is prohibited. There are many animals, those who are extinct, and some of them and most of them are endangered. So government should make strict rules so that the trade of animals can be prohibited. Conservation of plants and animals should be an ethical duty. Everybody should feel the responsibility to save their natural environment and should be making their own efforts to participate in such activities which help in protecting wildlife as well as natural vegetation. So here we finish the chapter. Hope you understood the concept. Hope you got the information about different natural resources which should be saved for the future use. We'll soon meet with some other chapters. Till then, take care and have a good day.